lines right up to the limits. So don't hold me down, don't fight me down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good spirits. I drink in a good spirits. We vibes in cars in a minute.
Trinidadian comedian, actor, content creator, and radio personality Rode is getting ready to celebrate his 10-year anniversary this year. And we're excited to announce that he has a show coming up that you can be a part of. And he's joining us in studio. Good morning to you, Rode. How are you, sir?
Good morning, my brother Ruckus. How are you?
Alive and well, you know?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Let me say congrats on 10 years.
Yeah, boy.
Time must fly when you're having fun, boy.
Right? So much fun, eh? Yeah.
I want to jump back a little bit. I want to find out the beginnings of this journey that you're celebrating this year.
Right.
10 years ago, what inspired you to pick up a camera and record yourself and all of your personalities?
Well, I mean, it started in some humble beginnings. I was living with my grandmother, and I always had a passion for videography, photography, graphics, entertainment on the whole.
Right.
So I was already doing video work for, some local celebrities and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just had a moment where I was on the throne, sitting, yeah. And
Where the best ideas come
yeah,
from.
where the best ideas come. You know that. And something told me that you're your own product. I always tell that story every time I go to schools and, motivational stuff. You're your own product. Thought about it for about 3-4 days, couldn't figure it out. And then it just came to me, why don't you start to do some videos in front of the camera? You're already versed in editing, and your family already know you as a fool, telling stories. I always have a story to tell now.
Yeah.
So I kind of used the skills that I had with videography and that comical side of me and my personality, and I fused the both.
But you say your personality, right? But
Yeah.
the reality is there are several of them.
Yeah.
In terms of developing the different characters, what was that process like? Is that just naturally you sometimes talk like Vicky and sometimes you just talk like...
That actually came about in the process of doing the videos, because I started off doing videos as roadie and just storytelling, and eventually the storytelling went on into, I could probably put a character here, I could act.
I didn't want to hire nobody.
I didn't want to have nobody. You really think so? You're much more, yeah, I say, man. I have about 15 to 17 around their characters. The more popular ones are probably about 12. Yeah.
Just now. So you developed 16 to 17 characters, or
That's
they just
right.
happened naturally?
No, I developed those characters.
So they all have very specific personalities, very
they
specific
have
traits.
storylines, everything, yeah. Yep, correct is right.
What determines the next character?
I really don't know any Ruckus. Sometimes you wouldn't believe over the past 10 years, there are characters that I didn't even have a name for. And the audience, that community that that I grew for the past 10 years, they would help me figure out certain things with the characters. Like Buck, the guy with the teeth up on top. I didn't have a name for him. Is everybody name? I think Pinky and all didn't have a name when I did it the first time, and everybody's like, "Yo, nah boy, she remind me of so and so and so and so," and that's sometimes how the characters developed over the years.
Do you pay attention to all of the responses that come your way on social media? Because I mean, you've amassed quite a following in the last 10 years. Yeah?
I mean, yes, like that's what I look forward to the most is what the people are saying.
Even the bad things?
Even the bad things. I mean, my audiences pay attention to it more than me. So some people just be like, don't go on with the page and say nothing because they go blast all it. I doesn't even matter to say nothing. So yeah, I definitely pay attention to those things.
But in terms of managing that, we're talking about mental health in the whole month of May, we're talking about men's health in the month of June, right? In terms of managing that side of things, 1, 17 personalities.
Right.
2, your regular jobs, aside from the content creation, you also act, you also are a radio personality on a regular basis. Is there a challenge when it comes to maintaining which one you're doing now?
I think I made a clear line in the earlies and sort of separated myself from my characters. I think it was something important for me to do. So I have a clear line. There's no, let's call it bipolarism or anything else going on there.
Yeah.
But I could go into character when I feel like, you know. So and there's no confusion there where that is concerned.
And also in terms of the feedback that you get, I know you mentioned that your fans have definitely have your back and stuff like that, but when you first started getting negative feedback or seeing people responding negatively, how were you able to manage that from a, I will continue doing this work in spite of?
I think the good outweighs the bad tremendously. So that'll bother me at all. And then the opportunities and the spaces that I've been in for the past 10 years, it keeps reminding me that you're doing the right thing, you know. Like that first thought that you got, or that first indication that God gave you that, hey, there's something that I think you'll do good at, and don't worry. If I tell you to do this, you're good.
Yeah.
You know? So the spaces that I've been in, even when I was, many times I've been to the prison, many times I've been to Mount Hope Hospital, I've spoken to people on their dying bed. Those are the moments where I say, yo, imagine somebody on their dying bed and they want to see you now. Like who is me now? Like, you know, so those moments is where you say, yeah, push forward, continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's something special about it.
I definitely do think you've touched quite a few people when it comes to the content that you put out, because people relate to it, people find it hilarious. I know people who look forward to seeing what Rudy's commentary on this particular situation will be. How do you decide what topics you tackle in your skits?
There's a lot of research that goes into just a simple 1-minute sketch. I tend not to just jump on videos. I really like there must be some sort of substance in the storytelling. It's not just I want to get the clicks or I want to get the likes. No, many a times is this making sense to touch. Could I put a spin on it where it either brings some sort of valuable information to the listener, or do I just do it for fun now? So I do my research, boy. I do a lot of research.
The reason I'm happy as you said that is because a lot of people think when you're doing stuff for social media, your content creating, is point a camera in your face and shoot and whatever is whatever. And they don't realize that that what separates people who are successful at it from people who are not is that level of work that goes into it.
Especially if you want to touch on world topics, things that trending, things that are affecting the world. You have to do some sort of research before you dive into it to make sure that you're telling your listeners the right information. Even though there's humor in it, there must be some sort of information there that they could take with them.
And in deciding on the perspective. So for example, I mean, you have so many of them, but they have some from videos where you see and it's like, this is a perspective that nobody else was talking about. How do you, is that just naturally what you do in terms of you look at something and you say, all right, they have other sides to it, let me see if I can explore the other side? Or is it that in your research you learn about other sides?
I believe that's mostly come from me, you know, because I like to remain neutral and let the audience decide. You know, think through this, what we discussing here. Let me just plant another seed. Because, you know, sometimes people lean to different sides because of what they're seeing, but I like to stay neutral in certain topics, mostly all the topics, and just let the audience decide.
I think that's definitely the role of the artist in general, is to kind of hold up a mirror and say, well, this is what you're looking like, you know.
That's correct.
Yeah, watch out yourself. What can we expect at the celebration in Queen's Hall on June 21st and 22nd?
You can expect the unexpected, you know.
Oh, you just expect the unexpected.
Yeah, expect the unexpected. Don't come and feel as though it's going to be a normal show, because I am doing stand-up. I am doing theater, and we're also going to have a movie-size screen that will be showing different storylines. So the theme of this event is love is. Right. So the entire discussion. Yeah, because we some people don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. You know.
You're not married?
I am.
And you don't know what love is still?
I didn't go answer that question this morning. I will answer that.
I see we have 2 editions of the show. There's the kids edition and the adult edition.
Yes.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, the kids show we actually featuring some young talent from Trinidad and Tobago like Zachary Ransom,
Nice.
KL. We have a lot of talented youth. So we said we wanted to do a Saturday in the morning, not the morning, from 3 p.m. to about 6, where we feature local talent, and I will also have some characters in between there as well, but the kids event is mainly to feature the younger ones coming up.
Okay.
Right, so they will be playing some roles there that I never played before, but it's going to be exciting.
We're going to make it to 20 characters now?
Yeah, bro. Now, it have two characters in there. You just say I'll drop a little something. I'm playing a Chinese man in one of them.
You are playing a Chinese man?
Xing Shong, Yang, Shang. Yeah. So we will see.
And tell me about the adult show, Rudy.
The adult show that is going to be on Saturday is going to be from 8:30 p.m. and the Sunday show is 6:30 p.m. The adult show, we talking plain. We talking.
So the kids event is only happening from 3 to 6 p.m. on a Saturday, and then from 8:30 p.m. on that same night is the adult show.
Same night,
okay.
correct. Is
All
right.
right.
See, I don't want to confuse the people too, so yeah, I'm glad they clear that up.
I'm just making sure that I understand. If I understand, then hopefully they understand too.
And then the tickets, if you're going to purchase tickets, just know that the blue tickets are for the children's event. Right?
What's the price of the blue tickets?
The ticket for the kids, $175, and adults, $200.
Okay.
Right? The adult show is $250 general and $300 reserve.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's both Saturday and Sunday evenings. Like
correct.
nighttime is when we do the adult show.
Correct. Right.
In the adult show, is there anybody else in the show or is just you?
Yeah. We actually have Jean Paul from Canada. He's a Trinidadian living in Canada. Really funny guy. We have Penelope Spencer and Cecilia Salazar as well on the show. Well, that is my team.
That's your team. How
team.
was that transition for you from doing these skits online to doing it in person with people like Penelope and Cecilia and Nikki Crosby?
Well, that was a blessing because when I went to the radio station and I met Nikki Crosby, she would have been the first person to give me the opportunity and say, Sam, you have something, I could see you on a stage. And when I got that first opportunity to be on stage, I fell in love with it. And theater is actually the best thing you could do as an entertainer because singing, acting, stage positioning, confidence on a mic, it encompasses every single thing, boy. So it was a really, really nice transition, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Because we also have 7-year edge going on as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Rudy, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations on 10 years in the industry.
Thank you, my brother.
And the celebration happens on the 21st and 22nd at Queen's Hall. It's called Love Is. Love Is?
Love Is.
Love Is. Rudy.
Love Is.
And tickets are available at Queen's Hall box office.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you can also head across to his social media pages and get all the information. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we have one more thing to add to your calendar. Stay tuned.
I drink in a good